check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go.
All right, man. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. Hell of a rough morning, man. Your boy out here looking rough. But we up in here, man. If you want to know where I'm at today, nope, you ain't guessed it. I ain't in Dearborn. I'm out in Novi. Yeah, my license clean, and I got insurance and registration, so don't believe that Detroit, 100% Detroit hype about everybody not having insurance. But make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video, okay? I'm talking about Terence Crawford here, but before I do, I heard Tony Harrison said it's a no-fly zone in Detroit for Jamil Charlo, and then Charlo said it's a no-fly zone for Tony Harrison in Houston. You know, Harrison said Jamal can come through the D, but Jamil can't. And at the end of the day, from what I understand, the Charlos don't even got pull in Houston like that. You know, Tony Harrison, real street dude. The Charlo twins ain't street dudes, okay? But shout out to Boxing Ego for that video, man. But maybe I'll do a video elaborating it more. But let's talk about Bud real quick, all right? I know I like Bud. And I like Errol. I like Errol as a fighter as well, too. He on some whole shit, but let's talk about it. They kind of go hand in hand a little bit. And you know, people ask me why Bud shouldn't just move up, okay? And pretty much you can say, Mayweather moved up, you know, 130, 35, 40, 47, 54. I believe that's 5 weight classes. He moved up. Pacquiao moved up several times. And, you know, since, you know, Bud is froze out at 147, why shouldn't Bud move up to 154 pounds? My thing is, it's only one free belt that's going to be there. The other 3 is tied up by the tied up by PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. J-Rock holds 2 of them, the WBO and the IBF and the IBF and the WBA, Super WBA title. Lars could be fighting for the regular title. And who else has the other title? Tony Harrison has the WBC title, and then Jaime Munguia, I say it's one free title because it's believed that Jaime Munguia may be moving up. So it's really you know, he may be moving up to fight Triple G if Andrade don't. So I think Jaime is done at 54, possibly. That's where I'm pretty much hearing it may go out that way. But, you know, for Crawford, you know, Bob Arum said, you know, 47 is the limit for him, he think. But, hey, he ain't in Crawford camp. You know, he's just a promoter. Or maybe he talked to Crawford, but pretty much he'd be in the same predicament he is at 54. Now those guys would be more, they more prone to fight him because he's a smaller guy coming down in weight. They would fight him. You know, it wouldn't be no Errol Spence freezing out 50-50 shit. They'll fight Bud because Bud bring money to the table. And they may even fight Bud on his network. It might not be no size of the streets. If ESPN offering the most sauce to dip in, they offering the most guap to moolah to cash, you know, a lot of them dudes will go over there and fight him. Now, how will Bud do up there? Bud is rangy. He can box. He showed the first taller fighter in Benavidez. He can box. He will have to be more, you know, more finesse. Okay, he had to be, you know, on his toes a little bit more, using angles, you know, stuff of that nature. But I just don't think it should be that way. He's a guy that's ready to sew up 147 or attempt to, and he's a guy that's ready to retire. It don't matter if the PBC can work with him at 54, hypothetically, then why they can't work with him with the 147 pounders? Okay, because it's the same predicament. It's the same exact predicament for Bud. Because guess what? PBC got 3 belts at 54. I mean, at 54, and they got 3 belts at 47. Now he hasn't got the super champion status of the WBO. And Bob Arum can make a contribution to the congregation of the WBO and make that happen. He could. He definitely could make that happen for him. And he can go up there and possibly fight somebody for the WBO. Now, it's not a lot of highly ranked PBC fighters there. The highest one was J-Rock. I think Lubin may have barely been in the top 10 when I looked like a month or two ago. Haven't looked lately. But it all falls down to if he want big fights, he got to see PBC at 47 and 54 or 54. So my whole thing is, all right, my whole thing is, if the 54 pounders could fight him and they could work with PBC hypothetically, then why can't the 47 pounders do it? You know why? Because he's more of a threat at 47. They fear him at 47. Now, if he go to 54 and he whoop a nigga like Harrison and Charlo, I'm not saying he would, okay? Those are big guys. But if he go up there and whoop one of them niggas and take the WBC, then they gonna hide him from them. Then they, oh, okay, he's special. He go up there, whoop Lara, and really whoop him like nobody whooped him before, then I'm not saying he would. You know? Then they keep their dogs away from him. They keep the cattle away from him. But for people saying, oh, Bud should move up then, don't fucking matter. Because if he move up and let's just say he gets some belts, and then he's doing what Errol Spence doing to him, y'all gonna call him a bitch. Everything I'm calling Errol Spence and holding him accountable for, y'all gonna say the same thing about Bud. You know? Y'all gonna say the same exact thing about old Bud. So my whole point of the video is this. Before I get off the horn. If he can go to 54 and get fights, why can't the 47 pounders win? You know why? Because the 47 pounders at PBC, and I missed my damn turn. The 47 pounders on PBC, they don't want the smoke. That's just what it is. They've been told not to say Terence Crawford's name, not to speak his name. They want to freeze him out because he's a threat. They really believe that this dude can sweep these niggas like the Lakers were sweeping people in, what was it, 01 or 2002, whenever it was they beat they only lost was to the 76ers and they swept everybody else in the playoffs. Bud sweeping through niggas like the Lakers and shit. You know, they sweeping niggas like KD did the Cavaliers the other year. So really, I ain't really trying to hear it. At the end of the day, Bob Arum, Al Heyman could offer them dudes, he could offer Lipinets and Figueroa and wear him down and then give him a shot at Sean Porter. He could have wore Terence Crawford down with tough competitions while seasoning Errol Spence. Getting Errol Spence ready for those type of fights. He could have threw the book at Terence Crawford and all right, we'll eventually make this fight happen. Okay, we will make this fight happen with you. You and Bud. You and Errol. Okay, I'll give you Figueroa and as a sign of good faith. You want to fight him a sign of good faith. I'll give you Sean Porter belt and they got 3 strikes. They got 3 strikes to play with Terence Crawford. More than 3. If Lipinets and Ugis and Figueroa can't beat him, okay, and they can't beat him, and then Sean Porter can't beat him, and then if Sean Porter can't beat him, you throw a Jamal James at him, he can't beat him. By that time, Errol should have taken down Terence Crawford. Taken down Keith Thurman. And if Errol Spence ain't ready, if he ain't wore down by then, and can't none of your top dogs beat him, then they don't deserve to be called, champions or the best. But PBC don't think they scared. They don't even want to throw him a sign of good faith fight. But hey, it is what it is, man. We reached the destination. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. Business question, inquiry, sponsorship. One time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is. We gone.